Hey guys, it's SVT here. We're still here back with another Pokemon Scarlet/Violet video. Wait, no, not really, because this is an all-out Pokemon video because I'm revealing all my Pokemon teams of 2022. I'd be wondering, it's not 2023 yet. You can't just reveal that. But actually, I can because I'm not making one Pokemon teams this year. Well, I have made some, but I haven't finished them. If I started them in 2022 and finished them before 2022. I mean, after 2022, are they still a team in 2022? Well, not really, because they're not even that far. Even my first playthrough, I haven't even been in the first gym yet. So, yeah, there's 3 playthroughs here, so it's not going to be as long as the last one. Hope you have fun watching it. First, my Pokemon Sun deck lock. It wasn't a Wonder deck lock because there was no Wonder traits in it. It's my first ever Veggie Nuzlocke. I'm pretty sure I cheated back in the ones I made when I was like 10 or 9. First, Crobat. Her name was Rouge. She was level 59, and she was female. Her moves were Fly, Confuse Ray, Cross Poison, and Leech Life. I gave her an 8 out of 10 because she was a really good sweeper, but she was kind of frail. Now, for her, her typing isn't great, but, Leech Life, Cross Poison, Confuse Ray, and Fly is a pretty good moveset. I just didn't... Fly was annoying because I had to wait a turn if I wanted to use a flying type move. But other than that, it was pretty good. She was pretty good. Next, Stoutland. His name is What the Dog Doing. He's level 59. He's male, and he is shiny. It was my first shiny Pokemon that I still have. That it doesn't. Yeah, it actually does because the ones I got from what's it called? What's it called, man? Wormhole. They're gone now. I deleted them because they're not important to me. I deleted them out of their existence. But he had Retaliate for Stab, Crunch, Thunder Fang, and Play Rough. He was 7 out of 10. He was very versatile because I never used him for normal type moves because what are normal type moves going to do? I never sent him in so I could use a normal type move. I sent him in because if I wanted to use the electric type moves I couldn't use, I didn't have any of my other Pokemon or something like that. He was very versatile, but he wasn't great at anything. He wasn't sweeping. He wasn't amazing. Normal type was a better type. Then Stoutland could be a better Pokemon. But for now, he's just an okay Pokemon. Above average, though. 7 is the average. So if you're above 7, you're above average. Next, Mudsdale. His name was Donkey Kong. He was over 60, and he was male. He had Iron Defense, which was really just if I wanted some extra bulk going into the battle. Earthquake was my stab overpowered move. That would just one-shot so many things. Superpower for fighting type stab. Not stab, fighting type, which I didn't really have. And Heavy Slam because Mudsdale's heavy, so a good steel type move. I give him a 10 out of 10. He was strong, bulky, and clutch. There was too many times where he would survive at 3 or 2 HP. It wasn't even because of affection. He was just that good. He one-shot so many things. Mudsdale's one of my favorite Pokemon because it's so good. Probably one of the best options for a Sun Nuzlocke. I should make a video talking about some of my top Nuzlocke. Oh, that's a video I have to make. Top Pokemon Sun Nuzlocke Pokemon. Because I've done a lot of Nuzlocke stuff Pokemon Sun. Losing most of them. But yeah, I'll talk about Mudsdale more when that video is created. You'll probably see it around January. If I decide to actually make it. Next, Skarmory. Level 58. Her name was Paratroopa and she was female. She had Toxic for any circumstance where I couldn't do immediate damage. Fly for stab. Sword Stance if I was feeling if I felt like I wanted to sweep. Skarmory is crazy fast, so it was kind of not that useful. And Steel Wing for stab. 7 out of 10. She was good but not great. She felt underwhelming at times. Skarmory for me, I'm gonna look at his stats. I'll tell you guys later. I don't really feel like sharing screen and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's not even that. He doesn't have 500 base that's or anything. It's 470. Well, it's not really working that well right now. I'm trying to look at Skarmory's base stats, but... Also, guys, while I'm trying at the store, Merry Christmas. Yeah, that's basically all I would say. Merry Christmas, even though I'm late. I want to look at something else. Look it up. So it has 65 HP, which is pretty low, 80 attack, 140 defense, 40 special attack, which who cares, 70 special defense, and 70 speed. So yeah, not the greatest. It was bulky, but if it hit you with a special attack, your bad special defense, your mediocre special defense, coupled with your bad HP, made it kind of hard to use. It didn't hit hard. But other than that, it was a decent Pokemon that if I was going into physical attacker and Mudsdale wasn't really available, then I would just use Skarmory to stall it out and eventually take it out while using Swords Dance and Toxic. It was just okay Pokemon. Next, Mimikyu. His name was Tails X, level 59, and male. He had Psychic, Shadow Claw, Swords Dance, and Play Rough. I'm giving him a big 9 out of 10. He was fast and his ability was so OP. It's like two. I spelled two wrong. 2 free hits at the start. I'm so disappointed in myself. But basically what I'm trying to say is, first of all, Mimikyu's pretty fast. I don't remember what speed was. Was it like 90? Anything for me above 80 speed is like at the point where you're gonna be outspeeding most of your opponents, especially because you're probably gonna have like 1-2 levels over them. But Mimikyu has 96 speed, which is definitely above average, with 90 attack and 105 special defense. And 80 defense, it was pretty bulky besides his low HP, and who cares about special attack? It goes up at 476. But you might as well raise that defense a lot higher because of his ability Disguise, which makes the first hit, this only in Pokemon Sun, the first hit it takes do no damage. None. They changed it so it does 1/8, which, like, so, what's 1/8 going to do? It's still good. I mean, I think they nerfed it a lot, but 1/8 isn't that bad. Is that if you double into it. The only problem is that if you're double battling in VGC and you double into it, that's a little bad for Mimikyu. But in the playthrough where it can almost always only hit you once, that means you outspeed, hit it hits you for 0 damage, and then you hit it again before it can hit you with your kind of poor HP stat. So no matter what, you're doing damage if you bring it in. From the start. If you switch it in, you don't take any damage no matter what. And they set up, guess what? That same scenario plays again. Would I even talk about his moves, or did I just immediately talk about how good it was? Well, if I didn't, I'll do it again. Psychic, which I don't know why I taught Psychic. His special attack is terrible. I remember Psychic being very disappointing. Shadow Claw was very good, plus the critical hit made it hit hard. Swords Dance, just an OP move as always, especially with a physical attacker. And Play Rough, missing was annoying, but the chance of the Lord's attack and do 90 base damage is always great. Mimikyu will be respected as a 9 out of 10, and another... Also, I got the 1% chance to find this thing in that place, which is why I used it in my playthrough. I cannot believe I got that chance. Because I think I would have lost a lot of Nuzlocke if I didn't have Mimikyu on my squad. My team rating? Oh, before we go into team rating, I only have 5 Pokemon because when I was in the Pokemon League, my executor named You Can't See Me fainted like the first or second battle. I think it was the first battle. He was fine. He got added late and wasn't that great. But he was a fine 6th spot for the team, especially because I didn't have his type. And Dragon Hammer was pretty cool. But I give it a 9 out of 10. Really good. Everyone except for Skarmory could sweep teams easily. Look at this. Look at these teams. Fast and strong. He's strong enough and bulky. Bulky and strong. So good. Bulky, which this guy's when he counts a guy who could sweep teams, and Mimikyu. Like, all these points Skarmory could sweep. That's overpowered. The only drawback is all my team is physical attackers. Every single one of them. So Reflect immobilized my team. Like any Intimidate users or Reflect users, make these battles take a long time. Which is why I had Toxic on Skarmory, which is why this team gets a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10. Now, I first played through a Pokemon Diamond. Now, in my last video like this, you probably realized that I played Pokemon really not before I played Pokemon Diamond. I got this for a present on my birthday, and then my cousin had Brilliant Diamond on his Switch. So why would I complete the inferior game? But honestly, I might have had more fun playing Pokemon Diamond than Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. This is my oldest game I've ever played in Pokemon. The only one with no XP share HMs, and like everything that Gen 4 had. And not even Platinum decks. You can see that this team was pretty desperate and had a lot of people that didn't like that much. This is my first playthrough ever of it. This is interesting. First, Torterra. Since I used Infernape in my Brilliant Diamond playthrough, I decided to use my second favorite starter in Sinnoh, Torterra. His name was Turtquake, which is just Turtle and Earthquake. He was level 49 and he was male. My rest of my team was very under level because I was not grinding in this game. I did it a little bit because I was like level 46 before the lead. Well, after I lost the lead, but we'll talk about that later. And then they're under level, but we got through it. Woodhammer, Earthquake. Okay, Woodhammer was good, but hurt me. It was kind of annoying, but I could not keep Razor Leaf when I had so many available moves for Terra. Earthquake, which was definitely my best move. It did really well. Crunch, which is like the dark type move. Did I have a dark type? I don't think I did, so that was really what I used. And Stone Edge, which is a really good move. 7.5 out of 10. He's strong and bulky, but slowness makes it very hard to use. Usually, starters at least have like 60 speed, so you've got to at least be able to outspeed some things. Torterra was always moving last. I'm pretty sure Torterra's speed is like 45. And especially in such a slow Pokemon game, it's annoying not being able to just immediately attack and just one-shot things. You have to get hit first. And also, may I mention that its ice weakness is very annoying. Yeah, it has 56 speed. It was good, like it was strong, but even before I started getting under level, it just wasn't the most useful Pokemon. Next, another Crobat. His name was Endro, and he was level 51, and he was male. He was one of my only Pokemon that hit level 50. He had Cross Poison, which is just a really good poison type move in my opinion. Fly, which is the move that one of the best fire type moves. Pluck, which I had because number one, a lot of Pokemon in the Elite Four champion have berries, and because I did always wait 2 turns to be able to hit my flies. And haste, because I actually had a different move. I think it was like Sword Stance or Double Team. It was Double Team, but I took it out for haste because a lot of Pokemon gyms could also, in the Elite Four could also raise their stats, and Vespiquen and Drifblim were not very fun to fight. So that's why I had haste. I gave this Crobat. Wait, I want to see why I gave my old Crobat, my other Crobat. I gave her at 8, and this one actually gets a higher rating. It gets 8.5 because it was more carrying the team than the other Crobat. This Crobat had to do a lot of work itself. My what's her name? Rouge. She literally has so many other Pokemon that can do the same thing as her, outspeed and one shot. But this Crobat is like the only Pokemon in my team that could do that. So that's why she gets a higher rate. He gets a higher rating. Only thing that was annoying is that when I would get hit by a lesser type move and just get one shot, it got pretty annoying. And rock type moves. Just any super effective move, except for ice effect. That's not a very common type. But yeah, frail, flying type of flaw weaknesses. That's the only thing that keeps it from being a 9 out of 10. Rapidash. My first time using Rapidash ever. Her name was same thing with Torterra. First time using it. Her name was Dixie. She was level 47. That's it. She was female. She had Stomp for just flinching and stuff. I think Stomp can flinch. Fire Blast, which was my go-to move. Only thing annoying about it was at 3084. I had to save a lot of his PP because you don't get that many PP restores or whatever they're called. And especially as I missed. Strength was just my go-to move if I couldn't use a fire type move. Or if I was trying to say Fire Blast. And Ember was, I don't know, man, she just didn't get any good moves. I only gave her a 6 out of 10. She was strong, but she evolved late. Even after she evolved, she wasn't very good. You know how annoying is using a Ponyta to a level 41 in a game at the highest level was like a level 61? Yeah, it's not very fun. It is not very fun. What else can I say? I don't know, man. It's hard being under level, which lowered my opinion on all these Pokemon. But even when I wasn't under level, I just feel like Pure Fire isn't a great type ever. It's good defensively, but Pokemon like Pure Fire usually don't get good coverage moves, which means I'm using 2 Fire type moves and 2 North type moves on this Rapidash for the entire playthrough. I didn't even get Fire Blast that early, so I had because I didn't have the TM. So most of the time I was using Ember. Rapidash was not fun to use. Next, Gastrodon. Her name was Kaiha. I do not remember why I named her that. Level 48, and she was female. She had Surf, which was a very good water type move, and it was also HM. She was really my HM, water HM person. Dig, which is a really good ground type move, just took 2 turns. Blizzard for guard chomp, and Waterfall, which was only there because it was HM. I gave her an 8 out of 10. She was strong and bulky. Like, it was like a weaker Mudsdale. Her type helped a lot, because I don't know, water and ground just, I think there was a lot of Pokemon that didn't do so well against that. It was annoying to deal with grass type stuff. She was a little slow. I had a lot of slow Pokemon on this, I feel like. Did I? What's next? Lucario. His name was Matthew. He's level 49 and he was male. He has close combat, which is really, really useful. Aura Sphere, which was also very useful if I want to lower my defenses or if I want to save PP. Rock Climb. TM. That's the only reason I used it. And Flash Cannon. Pretty cool. The clutchest Pokemon ever. But frail. This man, I think he was the one who killed Garchomp. No, it was Kaiha. No. Dialga killed Kaiha. Oh, I spoiled the Pokemon. Well, whatever. But yeah, Lucario took out like 2 or 3 Pokemon against Cynthia, which was big. He was frail though. I feel like I got rushed out a lot. That's probably because I was on the level. Close combat is still a top 10 Pokemon. 120 power to drop and just lower your defenses when you get outspeed a finite amount of Pokemon is overpowered. It was worth going to Iron Island to get this monster of a dog. It's the last. Yep, Dialga, the final Pokemon. His name is Future, and he's level 52. He had Millclaw, which was my go-to steel type move, not the best one though. Rock Smash, HM. Dragon Claw, just a move I want to use if I didn't use Roll of Time. And Roll of Time really overpowered. I give it a 10 out of 10. I haven't used Legend in a while because I don't like using them. But very fun to use, and he was OP. Like, goodness, he carried me during the Elite Four. I'll give team only a 7.5 out of 10. It was not very balanced. I feel like the team was just not working well together. Like I feel like I was being a Pokemon and switching out into be another Pokemon and switching. Like I feel like the team was working well together. Like there were a bunch of cool Pokemon. I guess maybe that team just wasn't that good. But while I'm talking about the team rating, I want to talk about another one who was there until I caught Dialga, Roserade. Yep, she overlapped with Crobat and Gastrodon. I mean, not Gastrodon. And Torterra. That's why I kicked her out. She was kind of bad too. My final playthrough of 2022. Pokemon Violet. My first playthrough. So y'all get to see my playthrough team for Pokemon Violet. I can already know it though, if you watched my video. Meowscarada. Her name was His name was a boy. His name is Feroz, and he was level 69. As I just said, he's male. Yeah, U-turn, which is really just U-turn is such a good move. Even if you're not going against it. Like, if you're not playing, what's it called? Competitive, U-turn is very useful. Especially because Meowscarada is always going first. Play rough, a very decent move, especially because I didn't have a fairy type on my team. Flower Trick, the best move I used in this game. It's one of my favorite moves already, and I've only used it once in a playthrough. Not once, but this is my first time ever using Flower Trick in a playthrough. Is that's critting plus RA70 base power plus it can't miss. Yes, sir. And finally, Night Slash, the stab dark type move. Like critical hit with it. I should gave you choice specs. Like I think that boosts critical hit rate. But I gave it the grass thing. I should gave it the thing. I raised critical hits because it's move it. Oh no, I didn't do that because Flower Trick this is who I use the most of the time. And then crit every time every so. But I gave him a 9 out of 10. He was fast, and Flower Trick was overpowered. Like, I swept a lot of teams with this. Only not 10 because one-shots were a little too often. The farther I got in the game, the more Meowscarada was getting one-shot by surprise focus blasts and other moves like that. It was not very fun. But other than that, like, this didn't carry but, like, I used the Grass Starter. I don't use Grass Starter a lot. In Kanto, Bulbasaur's only my second favorite starter, and Johto Chikorita is kind of like title Cyndaquil for my favorite. But I haven't played a Gen 1 or Gen 2 game. I only use Charizard because of Kalos. And for Gen 3, Trico's definitely the coolest. So that's an opportunity to use Trico. I'm a grass type. Gen 4, Infernape, and then Torterra's number 2. Gen 5, never played, but if I did, I would probably use Oshawott. Gen 6 is Froakie, and just was actually my least favorite. Gen 7, Decidueye is my least favorite. Gen 8 really was my least favorite. So in the recent generations, grass type, just I didn't care about it. I'm happy that I picked Meowscarada because number 1 is my favorite. And number 2 is overpowered. Next, Garganacl. His name was Toad because you know why I named Nakely Toad. He was over 68. He was male. He had Earthquake, which you know. Do I need to explain Earthquake anymore? It's the best. It's top 10 move in the game. Salt Cure was actually very useful. Aside being weak, if I was rolling to sack Garganacl and I was going into strong water type, steel type, I would use salt. I would survive 1 HP with 30, salt cure it, and then just die. And it was doing a bunch of it was getting hit by a bunch of damage thanks to salt cure. Because super effective the water and steel types. Heavy Slam because Garganacl goes very heavy and have a steel type on this team, I don't think. And Rock Slide, the steel move. I mean the stab move that I use most of the time. Oh shit, I had a better rock type move. But I gave him a 7 out of 10. He's barely good, very good at the beginning, but slowed down, pun intended, later. Because he's very slow. He's really clutch. He was a 5 Pokemon. Definitely where I used it in like most of the Pokemon I used in my Pokemon Diamond team. He was just not good compared to my amazing team I used in this game. I love Pokemon Violet Pokemon. I mean, like, there's a lot of Pokemon like the Dunsparce and Tinkaton that I really, really don't care about, and Esparza. But there's a lot of Pokemon that are very cool, like my entire team. Like, all the Pokemon that I use in this game, I love. Pokemon Sword, it wasn't really like that. I didn't love Inteleon. I liked it, but it's not even in my top 10 Pokemon. This game is going to have at least one Pokemon, maybe 2 or 3 in my top 10 next time I make a list. Because I love this generation. Garganacl, though, just not one of my favorites. I just like it. Annihilape, the best Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Not my favorite, the best. If you're doing a playthrough, use Annihilape. It will literally carry you. I named her Regret. Her name was supposed to be Rage and Et. But that was like Regret, ghost type, like regret, like you regret something and you got revenge in the afterlife. Yeah. So her name is Regret. She's over 69 and she's female. She has Stopping Tantrum, which is overpowered if Gug Shot missed. Like, oh my goodness. I'll miss Gug Shot. Stopping Tantrum, one shot, okay. Gug Shot, which was just a good poison type move because I didn't have a poison type. And it's just a really strong move. Rage Fist was overpowered because if I get hit 3 times with my pretty bulky Pokemon, Rage Fist sweeps the rest of the team. And Close Combat, as you know, probably the best Pokemon move, one of the best Pokemon moves ever. I gave her a 10 out of 10. She was strong and surprisingly bulky. Usually, fast and strong Pokemon are frail, not Annihilape. I'm about to look at his stats. I'm about to show you why it's so good. But, so, it has 110 HP, 115 attack, which one-shots anything that's super effective. That's super effective. 80 defense, which is definitely decent for a fast attacker. Who cares about special attack because it does use special attacking moves. 90 special defense, plus adding to the 110 HP makes it very bulky, and 90 speed. Why is this Pokemon allowed? Because I evolved at like level 30 after getting a Primate. I just used Rage for 20 times. Bam, 535 power. I wish that this thing. I don't wish. I hope that they allow you to use it in future generations. Because I will. It's just so overpowered. It's definitely the MVP. And that's hard because this team is very good. So when you're MVP on my favorite team of the year, then you're a very good Pokemon. Golduck. His name was Donald. He's level 68 and he's male. Now you might be saying, Jared, didn't you say you're only using new Pokemon for regions just like some other YouTubers do? Yeah, but the thing is that he's shiny. I'm sorry, I found him early after only being 1 or 2 gyms. And I love Shiny Sonic. Sorry, Golduck. Shiny Sonic is amazing. But Yeah, Hydro Pump, which is really OP because Golduck has a nice 95 special attack, so it did big damage. Water Pulse if I didn't want to use Hydro Pump for any reason. Ice Beam because Ice Beam's a very good move. And Psychic. Like, this guy was very good. Not very good, he was just good. 7.5 out of 10. He was better than I thought. I thought my Golduck was kind of going to fall behind the rest of the team, but that was actually Gargantical. Not surprising considering his speed. But Golduck did fine. He was never great, because like his stats aren't amazing. But his special attack was good enough that it was one-shotting a lot of Pokemon. And you need special attackers on teams. I know I love physical attacking, but you can see by my 3 physical attackers. But Golduck was good if a Reflect was put up or anything stopped me from using my physical attackers. Good job, Golduck. Next, Cyclizar. His name was Throttle, he was level 79, and he was male. This is my best team. That's my Pokemon Ultra, my Sun Deck Luck team. This is my favorite team. He has Draco Meteor because special attack isn't that low, so Draco Meteor did a bunch of damage. Shed Tail, so after I use Draco Meteor and have my stats lowered, I can just Shed Tail, get someone to substitute, and get out of there. Dragon Claw, which is really good because he's a good physical attacker, and it's good after I use Draco Meteor, lower my special attack. Well, I still got a decently strong physical attack. And U-turn, because if I want to lose HP, I'll just U-turn into Meowscarada, who will U-turn back into Cyclizar. It was pretty good. 7.5, feeling pretty good. He was pretty good support Pokemon. Like, it's weird. I never use a Pokemon mainly as support in a Pokemon game. But this is why we do Cyclizar. Send them in, Draco Meteor, anything that wasn't a Fairy or Steel type. It would at least do half the damage. Then I'll either U-turn, and if I was strong too, I would Dragon Claw next turn. But I would either U-turn, get out of there, do some damage, and then let that next Pokemon take out that KO, or Shed Tail into one of my future Pokemon. I would either Shed Tail into Annihilape, who would just sweep because of his bulkiness plus the substitute, and then another Pokemon that I'll talk about in a second. Because the other Pokemon I substitute into might be the most OP combination I've ever used in Pokemon, between the two Pokemon. As I said, goes along with U-turn and Shed Tail. I wish his stat spread was better. Like, Cyclizar's stat spread isn't bad. Like, it doesn't have... Isn't it? It's 501. And my internet isn't working. Great. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Because I know it's like 501 with good special attack and attack. It's frail, but has good speed. Very, very good speed. That's the only thing. Also, it wasn't that good high because, I don't know, Dragon Normal did not help. Like, at all. Dragon's only strong to itself. And you might be like, well, Dragon resists a lot of moves. Well, and now he's immune to Ghost. But I don't know. And then he didn't even have Terra Dragon. He had Terra Normal. I know I should have caught another one, but I didn't care about Terra types at that point. I already recognized how important they were later in the game. This last. Okay, Ceruledge. His name was Claymore based off the sword. He was level 69 and male. He had Bitter Blade, which was really good because, just healing and 90 base power. Shell Claw, which is my go-to ghost type move on pretty much any Pokemon that wasn't a special attacker. Source Dance, which is, why Source Dance is so good. And also, that's the best move in the game, Close Combat. I'm sorry, every time I talk about this move, I think it's the best move in the game. My opinion of it rises. Earthquake and Close Combat, very, very good moves. Fallout Trick is moving up there too, because every time I use it, it gets better and better. I give him an 8.5. He was frail, but he swept the last two gym leaders with Source Dance and his Bitter Blade plus Flare Blitz combo. So, he swept Grusha, which isn't very surprising. He has Bitter Blade. Oh, well, I'm talking about Flare Blitz in this. Well, he had Flare Blitz took out for Close Combat because Bitter Blade was just doing way too well. Flare Blitz is good, but it does damage to itself. It's already not crazy bulky. It's fine. It's even fine, but it's not bulky enough that I want to do half damage to myself to Oko and then get knocked out by the next Pokemon. But I did beat Grusha and some other gym leaders by Flare Blitzing, doing some damage to myself, them hitting me, but this is most OP in Terra Raid dance. I would flourish for big damage, and he would back up so he couldn't KO me, so he wouldn't lose a lot of time. It was very fun. But now talk about that strategy. I would bring in cyclizar, hit it then with Draco Meteor, and then if I didn't take him out, I would Shed Tail. In the Ceruledge, if they didn't do enough damage to break the substitute, I would Swords Dance. +2 attack. Then next turn, then they break, I Swords Dance again. So I'm going to be faster. So it's +2 attack, 4 attack, and I took no damage. Shell Claw, Close Combat, Bear Blaze, Sweep. Whatever move I wanted to use, it would sweep. Cyclizar Claymore, one of my best +1 combos ever. Finally, the team rating. 8 out of 10. One of my most powerful teams, but too many can get one-shotted. Also, everyone except for Gargantical are faster than 80 base speed, so a lot of fast, hard hitters. Let me tell you everyone who can get one shot. Ceruledge. I know this defense isn't terrible, but a good water move would take it out. Or rock timing. I think rock types were more of a danger until I got close combat. Cyclizar is not that frail, but it was enough to get one shot. Golduck wasn't really a problem, I felt like. Now it wasn't a problem, and Meowscarada, definitely. So half my team get one-shotted. Gargantical fixed that problem, which was enough to keep that 8 out of 10, because it's 30. Also, I know his other ability was very good too, but the first one I found has 38, and it was good ability not to go catch another one. And of course, I forgot my ending screen because I feel like there's a trend. But if you guys enjoyed this video, you can like it. What else can I say? Subscribe and tell me your Pokemon Violet team. I would like to know it. I want to see how many people actually use it on Spars. See you guys next time. This is SVT, Game Bird, and Chaneo. Adios.